out my nuts. Yo, what's up guys, it's Rosebud and welcome to my channel. I hope you're fine, I hope you're great, and I hope this video finds you well. Oops. So there is this thing called cellulites. So what now? Said you what? Oh, cellulitis. Cellulitis. Everybody knows cellulitis. Yeah. No. I don't know what you're talking about. Of course, everybody knows cellulitis. Cellulitis on your Oberschenkel, on your arch, on your arm. Cellulitis everywhere. Cellulitis. Nightmare of the woman. Everybody knows. Oh. Now I understand. You mean nightmare for the woman, like cheating husband, or lazy husband, or I know, crooked chapatis, or giving birth to only girls and no boys. You know a nightmare for the woman? No. Oh. Your nightmare? I don't understand. So cellulites? I have to know cellulitis. Cellulitis, orange out on the skin. Orange skin? I see. Problem for white people. Problem for white people. No orange skin on black people. Kenyan rose? No orange skin. Kenyan rose? Enough. Understand cellulitis. German rose? Horror. You cannot wear the short skirt or shorts. Enough. So yeah, welcome to today's story time session, and I want to tell you this story because I feel at the end of the story there is some lesson we can learn. Okay, and this story has to do with cellulites. I know you're like, what the heck? Why do you want to talk about cellulites? Not like a very attractive topic, is it? And I'm like, no, it isn't really. But it's important to talk about it because I have realized how of a huge topic it is in Germany, and I did not know about it when I was in Kenya. And this story is about how I first found out about cellulite. So if I recall well, it was in my second year of med school in Charité, and in that semester we were supposed to do some extra courses, in order to get yourself the needed certificate for your physicum, like the pre-diploma, before you can finish your med pre-courses. And so all the med students had to get themselves some different topics which they are going to hold like a talk about, tell the others about, and then they can be graded, and you pass or you not pass that course. But actually it was actually a pass for everyone. Anyway, unimportant information. What's important is I got the topic of lipid Stoffwechsel, which is like the fat metabolism. And this was just to talk about how the whole lipid is from the digestion to the metabolism in the body, and how it's just metabolized in the body. And while I was doing my talk, which was like horrible really, I remember talking about women. So when I was preparing for my talk, I remember finding information about cellulite and how so many women suffer under cellulite. And I was like, oh my God, this is such a horrible disease. I was reading that even some women undergo surgery in order to get rid of cellulite. For me, in my head, when I was reading, like, it's the accumulation of fat so that the tissue is no longer so there is a building of these fat clumps and in between your tissues. I was like, oh my god, this is such a horrible disease. How come I don't know anyone who has it? That was my first thought. I was like, oh my god. So after all my research, I went to present this presentation for my class, and I was there telling them about this horrible fat metabolism disorder which so many women suffer under. So many women even undergo surgery because it's just so horrible. Okay, so I remember after my presentation, it was part of my friends or my colleagues' job to come to me and just tell me in some decent way that actually cellulite is not as horrible as I described it. It's not like a life-threatening disorder like I put it during my talk. They were trying to tell me, like, Rose, I mean, so many women, almost all women suffer from that. I was like, but I don't know any who suffers from such a horrible disease. And you can imagine, on that day, I was wearing a midi skirt, which you could see a little bit of my thighs, and I myself have cellulite. So among all those people trying to sugarcoat and tell me, like, so many women, and no one would just dare tell me, Rose, I think you could just check your thighs. You can see some. No. It's so crazy. Anyway, so at the end of the day, one of my friends is the one who actually got the guts, and she's like, look at me. And then she showed me on her thighs, because she was wearing shorts, that but for her she had to, like, you know, pull her skin together so that you can see these delen, like these curves. And I was like, and that is supposed to be a disorder, a lipid disorder worth putting in a textbook? I was so confused. And I was looking at myself, I was like, oh, you mean like this? It's like, yeah, exactly. And I was like, but why is that a disease? Why is it so much of a problem for many women? Because in Kenya, no one really knows it. I've never heard anyone mention it. I don't know how it is today for the youth. If you're watching from Kenya, please let me know in the comments below. Do you people also see cellulite, and do you all think that it's such a horrible women nightmare? Is it something you notice each and every day from your friends, from your family members, from yourself? You stand in front of the mirror and all you look is like, do I have cellulite there? Do I have? Is it? I hope not. So please let me know in the comments below. Please, please, please. I think many of us will really be interested in knowing. Yeah, so at the end of the day, why I wanted to tell you this story is just to tell you, as you start your 2021, not those things that are so huge in your head, those that problem which seems like a huge, gigantic, unsolvable problematic in your head. Guess what? It might not be at all. So when I remember this story, it just reminded me how different things can mean different problems for different people. And most of the time, that which you think is such a big problem is actually not, right? That which you have thought of 2021 to be like the biggest obstacle you are going to conquer and you're going to endure this year, maybe it's not a problem at all. try and look at things from other people's perspective. It might help. It might help seeing that your problems are actually not problems, or it might even help you find solutions for those that you think are problems. Because what? If you looked at yourself with the Kenyan eye, you would not see any cellulite at all. You'll be like, wow, you have those unbelievable long legs. End of story. It's just like that. That's simple. Yeah, so don't dwell thinking of one little problem. Get yourself another perspective. Look things from another person's perspective. This can help you solve your problems in 2021. Yeah, I hope that was yeah, I don't know if it's informative or whatever it was for you, and if anything, I hope it was a little bit funny at least, and put a smile on your face. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you to my next video. And till then, yeah, by the way, until then, stay safe, stay blessed and optimistic, and ciao.